What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek Babble. We haven't done one of these in a while, and it seemed appropriate to roll one out with all the crazy shit that Disney dropped at their shareholders meeting last week. So I have a lovely panel of guests here that are ready to talk their asses off about everything cool that happened. So let's introduce them. As you can see, just going to my, I guess it's my left on the screen, would be Dan Bagarella.
Hello.
Great intro, Dan. Great energy.
What do you want me to do?
Next to him, we got Chris Crow. Chris Crow, how you doing, buddy?
I'm ready to talk about Marvel and all their convoluted bullshit. So let's go.
All right. And on the lower half of the screen, we got Roberto Terrones. Hi, buddy.
I definitely don't feel as passionate as Chris. I'm not mad. I will watch all.
And then rounding out our fivesome here, we got Matt Garcia. What's up, bud?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
To talk about Marvel and promote it a bit more than Chris Crow, but okay.
Oh yeah, Chris is he doesn't want the internet to mistake him for a Marvel shill. You know, like so many people. Yeah, so he's got to make sure he sticks it to him. Yeah. So obviously over the weekend, or not weekend, but last week now. But Disney had their big meeting where they revealed all their plans for the upcoming year plus, and they had a lot of cool information for sure. Some of it we're not going to touch on at all. We're going to gloss over a lot of it. But obviously, this is Geek Babble. We talk about a lot of different stuff. So anything that pertains to the normal things we talk about, the action movies, the superhero movies, the big franchises, that sort of shit, we're definitely going to talk about in detail. So the first thing we're going to talk about, which will, again, something we'll probably just gloss over, but it was big for me as somebody with kids. Disney announced that they have a whole bunch of TV shows coming from their big franchises like Moana. Tiana obviously is from Princess and the Frog, Zootopia, plus and a Baymax series, which the Baymax one's a little weird because they already have a Big Hero 6 show. So I'm really not too, I don't know what the need for that show really is. So
I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
You never saw Big Hero 6?
No. I see the icon for it on Disney, but I have no idea what it is.
That's actually, it's a good movie. It really is. It's honestly, it's a superhero movie, but it's obviously is it Pixar or is it just Disney?
It's Disney and Marvel together.
Yeah. Because Marvel comic.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You'd like, honestly, Breno, it's really cool. But this series, they already have a show, so I don't know what the point is of the Baymax series.
Oh, okay.
So
I haven't heard of any of those except for Moana, but I never saw it.
You never saw Moana?
Moana's great.
No.
Moana's awesome.
Moana is great. It's got such a good soundtrack too. A lot of good,
my niece loves
original songs.
One of the songs they sing in it. So that's all I know. I know the Rock's in it, and that there's a song that she loves to sing.
Well, do you like, Chris, every time anybody who hasn't seen it that I know is like a big video game guy, do you like Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker?
I like Legend of Zelda in general, yeah.
Moana, literally, when I was watching it the whole time, I was like, this is the fucking Wind Waker in movie form, because that's pretty much how it plays out. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, interesting.
You'd like it. But
I like
my
Moana.
daughter loves Princess and the Frog, so I'm sure she'll love the Tiana series. But yeah, I don't know. Zootopia is cool. I don't know if the cast members are coming back for that show or not, though. I didn't really do any research into it, but I know Jason Bateman and what the hell's the chick with the short hair that was in that Big Love TV series?
Was Jennifer Goodwin?
Jennifer Goodwin. Yeah, those are like the main voices of Zootopia. So I don't know if they're coming back for the show. I don't know if any of these people are coming back for voices on the shows, but it's big news if you're a kid and you're excited about the shows coming to Disney. But we're not excited about that, are we, guys?
No.
I'll watch that shit.
All right, the next thing that we can talk about, we'll immediately blowing past this to something else. This is going to be a bit of I have this marketed wrong, but I'll show you anyway. So I have this listed as the Star, Disney Star, whatever that they're releasing. I thought that this was the 18 plus icon that was going to be available on Disney Plus now because they got Die Hard, they got all these, Fox owned shows and stuff like that. But I was actually mistaken. That is not what Star is. Star is just the Hulu option for people globally that don't have Hulu. But they are coming with an 18 plus option for all those movies and shows that they've acquired with the purchases of all their big things that they purchased over the last years, which I think is awesome because that's where you're going to get your Deadpools. That's where you're going to get your Logans, 18 plus content, Predator, fucking Aliens. Like this is the kind of shit that, like, honestly, when Disney bought Fox, I'm like, I'm excited because obviously I'm going to have all those at my fingertips without having to dig into my DVDs, but they haven't had it on there. So how do you guys feel about the 18 plus options coming to Disney?
This gives Disney Plus like way more appeal.
Yes.
Than it had before. Like, because one of my complaints is I have somebody's account that I use, but going on there,
and there's no tits, right? That's all you've been looking for the whole time. Curse words and tits.
Yeah. No, but I just go through. I'm like, I just don't want to watch any of this shit.
You can only watch Benji the Hunted so many times.
But it was cool to see the coolest things I got out of it were like there was a Christmas movie I watched last year with fucking what's his name?
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader and Anna
Kendrick.
Yeah, I watched that, which was okay.
No, it's terrible.
I mean, as far as Christmas fare goes, it was okay. But I mean, other than that, like, I haven't really, and The Mandalorian, obviously, but like, other than that, I haven't really seen anything that has jumped out at me as an adult. So it was
every single Marvel movie made.
Yeah, but I own all those and I've seen them like 10 times each.
Yeah,
so.
But isn't it easier to have it right at your fingertips?
It's just right there. You're like,
I guess, yeah.
Wait, so you bought them all? You bought them all in like Blu-ray?
As they were released.
The Marvel movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Long before Disney Plus was even a thing.
I did that for a long time, and then honestly, my wife was like, "I'm sick of looking at the DVDs in our living room. It's not attractive." So I was like, I literally I moved them all into a box in my basement, and then I just started buying everything on Amazon Prime. Like, even if I didn't pirate much, I bought them, but like now I just kept buying them on that. So I can't for the life of me like continue to buy DVDs now because she's convinced me that it's ugly. I don't even.
It's not ugly.
It's still love
decoration.
I still love physical media. I still have a shit.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch right behind him.
Yeah, I still love it.
You bought Sonic the Hedgehog on Blu-ray.
I did. I do it. Blu-rays is still the best as far as quality goes. Still the best way to watch movies.
Wait. But are you buying these movies like at like new release prices and watching them for the first time, or are you seeing these movies knowing you like them and then buying them?
Knowing I've seen all the movies I've bought.
All right. Because I mean, I didn't see Sonic the Hedgehog. I hear it's good, but like that's a big fucking swing for a $30 purchase if you're not gonna like it.
Yeah,
who's paying $30 for Blu-rays?
I don't know how much Blu-rays cost anymore. I get everything digitally. It's all $19.99 when I buy it.
The funny thing is, not to go on a tangent, but they're actually cheapest when they're first released because they're on sale.
Yeah,
and then once the sale goes off, then they end up being like $35 sometimes. It's like what?
Unless like it comes out December, January. And then if you can hold out till Black Friday, then you can get it for like $10.
Yeah.
But since Iron Man came out, I've been buying the Marvel movies as they've been released on Blu-ray. So when Disney Plus did come around and it was like, oh, here's all of them, I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Matt, do you have trouble watching Disney Plus like Chris, or are you? Is there something that tickles your?
I'm
fancy?
pretty good. I do watch like a lot of the old 90s Marvel cartoons on there. I usually watch that when I'm either doing work in the morning or like I go to the gym and go on the treadmill. I just put on like an old X-Men cartoon or Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, nice.
And so like I put those on that way I can get through like 20 minutes on the treadmill or something.
Yeah.
So I just
I'm sorry, hold on. You know what's interesting is I started to rewatch the old Spider-Man's 90s series. The first episode is the Spider Slayer, right? Is that the very first episode?
First one's the Night of the Lizard.
Night of the Lizard. Okay,
That's the first one. Then the next few after that are the Spider Slayers. Yeah,
that's a weird like second and third episode for.
I think with that was they're trying to establish the
toy.
world.
Oh, I thought they were going to market the toys.
Market the toy too, but like they had to introduce like Kingpin, Norman Osborn, like a bunch of different characters, and that was probably like the best way they could do it at the time.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I found that interesting when I was watching. I'm like, really? I'm like, he's got so many staple villains to go with the fucking robots for the next one was kind of weird.
Yeah.
What the hell were we talking about? Chris, you had something else you wrote to say.
No, I was just gonna say that I haven't been on Disney Plus since like a year ago, so I don't know if it's gotten like better.
They have both Home Alones on there, all 3 Santa Clauses. I mean, if you're boning up for the Christmas movie thing, Disney Plus is where it's at.
Yeah.
That's right. I should promote that a little bit. Next Wednesday, we are going to have our movie trivia battles Christmas edition, where we're going to have
tons of Die Hard questions.
Featuring Die Hard.
Ooh.
There's definitely Die Hard questions, which are against my better judgment to put them in a Christmas
questions. Is that plural?
I will say they also added stuff to the Disney Plus. Like they did like the Right Stuff series, which was pretty good, and
that actually was pretty good. I watched
the Disney Gallery Mandalorian, which was all behind the scenes stuff, which was really good.
Oh yeah, I watched that. That's great.
I watched that with the first season. I haven't watched it at all with the second season. They're keeping up with it.
Second season, they haven't done it yet. They're doing next week after like next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. They're doing like all of season 2.
Okay.
So I think that might be like a longer one, like an hour-long one or something.
Okay, they're gonna cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, you know, it's honestly, I didn't know which one of these we're gonna go to for our next talking point here, but I feel like on the back of the Mandalorian, we might as well jump right into the Star Wars stuff here on Disney Plus. So all the Star Wars news dropped. They're gonna be releasing a shit ton of series on Disney Plus, like 10 series. Obviously, the Mandalorian's gonna get picked up. Has already been picked up. There's gonna be season 3. You got Rangers of the New Republic. The Ahsoka series, which was a no-brainer that was going to happen. Cassian Andor, the Obi-Wan limited series, Bad Batch, Star Wars Visions, Lando, the Acolyte, which is I'm pretty sure is gonna set up the new series of movies they're gonna do for the High Republic. You got a droid series, and then Patty Jenkins is gonna be directing Rogue Squadron, which is the only movie that's announced right now. But obviously everything is looking pretty good in Star Wars land right now. Everybody here, I'm assuming, is giant Star Wars fans. So how do you guys feel about this incredible news?
Is Lando
is
Lando going to be Billy D?
Or it's going to be both of them. It's going to be a time travel show.
No. Oh, really?
No, I don't know.
I thought it was just going to be child.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Childish Gambino.
That's not his name.
I'm okay with that because I actually liked him as Lando, and he was the only good part.
He's amazing as Lando.
Yeah, he was the only good part of Solo, actually, in my opinion.
I didn't mind Solo.
No,
it's funny. I didn't see it until Roberto. You on one of these told me that Solo was good, and I'm like, how can it be good? It looked terrible. And then you're like, no, I'm telling you, it's not as bad as you think it is. And then I watched it, and I was surprised at how much I liked it.
So I'm excited about these because one of the things I've always had complaints about with Star Wars is they never explore the universe. Like they never.
Roberto just backed out. Whatever, he'll come back.
They never really take it further than like your Skywalkers and your everything's in like this one spot in the universe with the same planets, same people. Whatever, like expand it out, and now it looks like they're finally doing that, which is pretty awesome.
Take a trip to Dantooine.
They've done some in the past, like they started to do like the animated series stuff, like Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Resistance, which all take place at different time periods. But yeah, like they're now starting to really hit all different eras and using different people that either they've introduced in through other series or stuff like that.
Yeah, No, it's absolutely it's such a vast, there's so much material at their fingertips. I mean, I've read a shitload of, well, I don't even know if they're canon anymore, but I've read a shitload of Star Wars books, and I don't know why some of these stories weren't adapted when they were like trying to think of their feature films moving forward. And I'm glad, honestly, now that I've seen Mandalorian and how I mean, it was obvious that like series is the way to go for telling better stories anyways. So most of these going to series, I'm not even disappointed about. Like, I'd rather see the Ahsoka series rather than an Ahsoka movie, you know?
Yeah.
But some of them, like the Bad Batch, like if you watched not Rebels, if you watched the Clone Wars new season, that Bad Batch episode was pretty sick, you know? So like, I like that they're getting their own series, but that's a little weird to me too, because it seems like, are they working, like taking out, like we're working with the Empire for the.
Well, I think like in the trailer for it, like it's like the start of the Empire. So like I feel like at a certain point they're going to be fighting for their lives, because at a certain point the Empire gets rid of all the clones.
That's true.
So like at a certain point, like you'll see that shift. So they might be fighting for their lives at some point.
Right. Yeah, because that was the only thing, because like in that, because I know obviously some like Rex, obviously Ahsoka did the thing to remove the chip, so he was not part of the Order 66 or whatever. But like the rest of those clones, I mean, were they already defunct anyways, because they're you know how they were not.
They're the Bad Batch.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's like if something happens, I mean, they're basically the Expendables. They even got fucking Rambo as the main main guy. So I don't know. It would seem weird to see them like taking out like, I don't know, like rebels, you know, in like the first couple episodes or whatever.
Did you guys ever play Rogue Squadron for like GameCube?
I have that. Yeah, it's like one of my only 8 GameCube games sitting over there on the shelf right now. Rogue Squadron and all Resident Evil games after that.
Yeah. But
I just had the N64 one.
Rogue Squadron was sick.
Sorry, my shit's freezing up. So if I respond late, I'm like just getting everything.
Okay,
that's okay. We saw you jump out, so as long as we know you're jumping back in, you'll be fine. But no, I never played Rogue Squadron, so I'm assuming that obviously that movie's basically just going to be about like actual like space pilots. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's gonna be Top Gun, but with fucking Star Wars.
It's like military Star Wars, like their version of military shit. It'd be cool to watch.
Who do you think? So I mean, they didn't announce any characters or anything yet, but isn't are you gonna, what's his face, like Biggs and like fucking like
Well, Biggs is dead.
Well, he's dead.
That's right.
Biggs dies in New Hope.
Right, but if this movie should be
before
maybe, yeah. Because I thought that this was going to be a bridge between, because obviously it's after Rogue One, because isn't that the start of using the call sign Rogue?
Yeah, or it could be like, well, if it's pre-Rogue One, it'll be like right during. It's everything at the side of what's happening in the first Star Wars movie. Before
the
Battle of Death Star.
Do you think during the movie you're gonna have, because obviously during the fight for the Death Star, you really only focus on what Luke's doing for his bomb run and stuff. Do you think the movie's gonna actually have the fight at the Death Star at the end?
That's it.
From a different perspective.
That'd be awesome.
What about Porkins? They're gonna bring him back?
Oh, dude, if they don't recast Porkins, he's my favorite.
I don't think they can.
That guy's still gonna be alive, right? Just make him really old.
He's definitely not alive. that guy was ginormous, and like it was 1977. He's fucking toast.
Well, I can guarantee one thing: if J.J. Abrams is involved in any way, shape, or form, Greg
Grunberg is going to be Porkins.
Ass is going to be piled into a fucking X-wing.
But he's already an X-wing pilot in the.
It doesn't matter. Just call him a different name.
Yeah.
He's gonna suck.
Well, he's like a cousin of Porkins. Like he's related to him somehow, probably.
Snap Wexley.
Yep.
That's his name. Damn.
It's so funny because it's like the little things in the new trilogy I just find interesting. Like I know that he's best buddies with J.J. Abrams, which is why he's in Force Awakens.
Everything that J.J. Abrams has ever made.
Not everything. Exactly.
He's not. He was not in everything that he's ever made, but he is in a lot of them. But I find it interesting that his character, he wasn't like super prominent, but he was somebody that could pop up again, right? But he was only in Force Awakens and then Rise of Skywalker. Like, you mean to tell me Rian Johnson couldn't have just like reused that guy as just an extra fighter pilot in Last Jedi?
Yeah,
It's little
especially
things
since
like
it
that.
takes place right after.
Yeah, where does he go? He would be there.
Did you ever see the original footage of Star Wars before it was all edited and shit?
Yeah, I have it. I own it.
Really?
No. I mean, like before. I'm not talking like special edition versus like original theatrical. I'm talking like there was a whole nother character, and like the first part of the movie took place on Tatooine with Luke, some chick. Like there's some chick in the movie, and
Some chick.
Oh, it's like when he goes to like Mos
Ew.
Eisley, right?
yeah, and then
Biggs is there.
Biggs is there for like a pretty good portion of the scenes. Like that whole, they have a lot of screen time.
Is that the one where Jabba the Hutt was actually a dude and not a gigantic plug man?
It probably was.
Yeah, but it's weird to see. Like there was this whole like situation on Tatooine that they just cut out when they made the movie.
Well, the Jabba the Hutt stuff definitely needed to be cut out. It was
Right, but-
horrible.
But then you get to the end, and they Luke and Biggs meet each other. They go, "Oh my god, hey, what's going on?" And they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" But
Yeah.
but if they kept the original footage in there, it would make a whole lot more sense.
Well, then he just turns to somebody and says, "We met once on Tatooine." No big deal.
But they could but they could like flesh that out as like a nod to like the diehards who would know this, like just have those characters with Luke or something on Tatooine, or just forget Luke and just have those characters on Tatooine and training and all that shit. I don't know.
Well, like I said, if it's gonna be Rogue Squadron, I would assume a character like Biggs is someone you could write in, because even if you're not a diehard Star Wars fan, you could probably pick up on who that is pretty quickly. Like I don't know if you'll have a scene with Luke or anything like that, but
DH.
I imagine, because was Wedge in? Is Wedge in A New Hope? Wedge Antilles?
If I recall correctly, like there is a Wedge Antilles, but like he's played by a different actor.
Okay, all right.
Because they like replaced him like either once or twice in the movies.
Well, because Wedge is in the book series, like off to the side. Wedge is like a big character that gets a lot of like actual book time. So like he's
the one that he blows up the second Death Star.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I would imagine Wedge would be. I would imagine Wedge. Wedge would be a good go-to character to have for Rogue Squadron. I don't. Gold Leader. I want to see the guy who plays Gold Leader back.
So, Rogue Squadron is the only time I will be okay with seeing the Death Star again, like being reused, if they do it from that kind of angle, like the ending of A New Hope from a different perspective. Because I don't want to see another fucking Death Star in any of these fucking.
Yeah.
Serious.
Did you guys see the
Porkins died 15 years ago.
Doing the research. Dan's doing the research.
William Hootkins.
Makes sense.
Did he ever act at anything else?
He had
Batman.
quite a few things.
Yeah.
Porkins? Was he?
Yeah, I think he's like Eckhart, the detective.
He's Eckhart?
Yep. He's
Yeah.
in Batman. He's in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's in
Who is he in Raiders?
4. Major Eaton.
He's in Superman 4. Oh,
He's in Superman 4.
that legendary fucking movie.
That is phenomenal. He had quite a career.
Yeah. He's got a ton, 123 acting credits.
I can't believe he's Eckhart. That's amazing.
That would be great if every single one of his acting credits, his name was in some kind of reference to his weight, you know? Like Porkins-esque names. Oh, man.
Like instead of Eckhart, it's like heart attack.
Eckhart attack.
Eckhart attack.
Does it say how he died? Did he kill himself or what? Like,
Dude,
what
he
happened?
was not very old either. He was like late 50s.
Yeah, no shit.
Let's see.
Late 50s.
Yeah, 58, I think. Hold on, let me get back to it.
That means he was like in his
I'm
he was in
looking
his 20s when he was in Star Wars because he doesn't look like that.
Yeah, well,
everybody looks about
Yeah.
50 years older than they were back then.
57 when he died.
yeah, they lived a little harder back then.
Especially him.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they had to strap him into that shoebox for the fucking X-wing cockpit, and he lost a couple of years getting in and out of that thing.
They did all of his scenes in one day. They just craned him right in and built it around him and said, "We're gonna shoot all your shit today because we're not going to do this every time."
They brought it to his house.
I have a distinct memory. The reason I love Porkins so much is because I have a distinct memory of my brother and one of his friends. And my brother's like 10 years old. Actually, I think he's like 12 years older than me. So I remember when I was probably four. Yeah, I don't even know. I think he's probably 4. I was either 4 or 5 years old watching A New Hope. And I remember his buddy was like, he's like, Kev, he's like, watch this. He goes, that's Porkins. He's going to save the day. And I'm like, fucking like watching it intently. And he like dies right away. And I was like, he died. Like,
So in real life, the pancreatic cancer got him.
Well, now we can't joke about it.
I can just imagine them spending half the budget on Star Wars on like the Porkins crane that just kind of like lifts him, puts him into the box to the X.
So to put this into perspective, what I just read about Porkins, aka William Hootkins, is his real name.
William Porkins.
Hootkins.
He's Porkins.
He and Swayze were both born in the same town. Both died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 57 in California.
Wow. And they were just as talented and respected.
Right.
but to give you the idea, Porkins was Porkins and Swayze was a stud. So it's like,
that says you. We don't know that Porkins wasn't the trifecta. Maybe he could sing and dance too.
I don't know.
Were they friends? That would have been great if they knew each other.
With a top hat.
Dude, they had to have, wouldn't they? If they were the same age.
Right?
Yeah.
They must have known each other in high school.
Porkins was the original choice for Roadhouse. You know it.
Yeah. Parents.
I hear that Patrick Swayze stole "She's Like the Wind" from Porkins. He had it written out and everything like that. But one more thing about Porkins. Do you think the character's name was originally Porkins, or do you think they got this guy cast and like, we're gonna rename him Porkins? And do you think that guy was like, what the fuck?
It sounds like a nickname George Lucas had for him, and it just became his name.
Yeah.
He's probably like the guy.
It probably happened on the day, and
he's the craft services guy. And he's like, hey, Porkins, get over here.
Yeah, they're like, it's the 70s. Nobody's gonna attack us on Twitter for this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that's cool. I've never seen anybody give so much love to Porkins before, and we might be the only podcast that actually spent about 15 minutes talking about him. So
I bet you there are other like seriously deep Star Wars podcasts that dove into Porkins.
Biggs and Wedge are still alive, though. I mean, ancient as fuck, but still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Out of the other shows shows that are coming to it, what are you guys looking for? I mean, obviously the biggest news that broke over the weekend was Hayden Christensen coming back to play Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I was going to bring up. And I heard that they're going to have a rematch.
Yeah.
Oh, physically play. It's James Earl Jones is still voicing him.
I feel like they're not going to do that, though. I feel like it's going to be more of like, since Obi-Wan is in like basically in like solitude out in the desert, he's pretty much gonna be thinking of Anakin the entire time of what he did to him.
Right. You think
it's flashbacks to episode 3, and they're like, Hayden Christensen's coming back to play.
Yeah. No. I bet you there will be flashbacks to things you didn't even see. I bet you there'll be scenes because Hayden Christensen doesn't look even a day older than he was when he filmed it.
Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna give him like makeup and make him look like shit.
I can't imagine that
he's gonna basically be haunting Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like the memory of him.
Yeah, well, you can't have Hayden Christensen come back to put on the suit, so you can't see him. For James Earl Jones to voice him,
yeah,
they're literally a waste of money. They could literally just get anybody to do that. So he's gonna have.
How much do you think it costs to get Hayden Christensen? What else is he doing?
He was in. He he was in the prequels. He probably still has a little bit of wiggle room.
Clout at the studio.
Yeah, for Star Wars properties.
He
Not
said, Hayden, we need you. And he said, oh, okay.
He's like, really? I'm working on this crochet right now.
Yeah.
He does needlepoint.
Oh, sorry. No, but I think you're right, Matt. I think they're absolutely gonna. There's gonna be a lot of like inside Obi-Wan's head as far as like Hayden scenes with him.
Hayden.
But I do think there'll definitely be flashbacks to things that you did not even see in any of the movies. I think probably like training montages with him and Anakin when they were somewhat young. But
because even Rocky had a montage.
The time that they kissed.
That's Anakin, you and my brother. You were supposed to end the Sith.
We got drunk and made out that time.
I honestly, Hayden Christensen, he definitely was a terrible actor at the time. But I'm hoping that he comes back kind of like how Ralph Macchio has come back and can like act now in Cobra Kai. I'm hoping we get the same thing for Hayden Christensen.
He comes back and redeems himself.
Well, I feel like he'll have like this air of like, I really just don't give a shit, and that will somehow make him a better actor. I feel like he tried just way too hard.
Macchio wasn't as bad as Hayden Christensen, though.
Dude, watch the original Karate Kid and tell me that Ralph Macchio
But he
can act.
was also stuff like The Outsiders and shit like that. It wasn't his only movie.
That's true. He was pretty good in My Cousin Vinny too. I guess maybe it's just the way that the fucking Daniel's son was written. Might have been
It wasn't written that great.
Yeah. He fucking.
Yo, Mr. Miyagi, she said yes to going on a date with me, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
Dude.
But, yeah, no, I was excited when they announced this, and honestly, it'll be kind of because I know that if you guys watch Rebels, there is the scene where Ahsoka she gets in the Darth Vader fight, and she like destroys the mask a little bit, and you can clearly it still looks like Anakin. He's not as old as obviously Vader we see at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Like that pasty old dude, like
yeah, it's you only see like a quarter of his face, but it's definitely like Anakin's face. So even if there's scenes like not necessarily a scene like that, but maybe a scene where if they do get in a fight, maybe Obi-Wan like kind of demasks him a little bit, But that'd be fucking eerie, right? Wouldn't that be a little eerie to have that fucking charred face looking at you like with just like the mouthpiece?
So I actually just noticed that the title screen for the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, the eye in Kenobi is his lightsaber.
I can't see it on mine.
Hold on. Do you want me to?
Share that shit. Share that shit.
If
you found something new.
Yeah.
Did you guys
talking about the lightsaber?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, at the end, yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's his lightsaber.
That's cool.
Right there. There we go. I was doing it on the other screen. Yeah. All right. How do I go back to that?
The title is So the title of the show is actually Obi-Wan Kenobi, huh? I feel like they should have just called it Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I don't know why
Obi-Wan.
Ben. Yeah, old Ben.
Old Ben. Yeah.
Young old Ben.
That old
Young
wizard
old
isn't
Ben.
even alive anymore. I told you to drop it.
That wizard's just a crazy old man.
Yeah, that wizard's just a crazy old man. I don't even think he's alive anymore.
I saw him down at that fucking.
I love how by the way, when the news dropped that they were doing they were filming in the UK and in Boston, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!" Even me, I was like, "They're filming in Boston," and then like nobody even Googled that if there was like a Boston, UK.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and that's where it's being filmed because all these people were like me included, were like, "Where the fuck are they gonna like? What are they filming in Boston for?" Like,
yeah.
And then all these assholes on the internet were like, "Well, I've been to Boston, and I can tell you, if there's any place that's more like alien than what they were going all and off." And I was like, "You motherfuckers!"
When I saw that, I just assumed they meant like at a soundstage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just happen to be, But yes, Boston is a city in the UK, of course. Yeah, every city here was a city and is a city in the UK.
I don't know.
But I mean, dude, that news article that dropped should have absolutely differentiated between Boston, UK, and Boston.
Yeah, because I guarantee you,
nobody on the
is,
globe thought it was Boston, UK when that story dropped.
Cut to the show, we just see the fucking Zakum Bridge in the background of like fucking ships flying around.
This is a very weird episode.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but the
great.
Obi-Wan series is pretty cool. Aside from like the new stuff that's coming out, honestly, that the Acolyte show sounds the coolest to me. For Star Wars, I'm always just super drawn to the Jedi stuff. So the Jedi Sith stuff. So the Acolyte sounds like it's probably a Sith heavy show set
I have no idea what that is.
The High Republic. It's just nobody knows what it is. But the High Republic. The High Republic is the new. They don't want to say trilogy because I think they're going to try to make kind of like a Marvel run where they're like, we're going to have 20 fucking movies set in this one time period that just not necessarily has to tie together quite as neatly as the trilogies tried to. But the Acolyte, I believe, is what I know about it is it's set just before or in the High Republic, which is what the new movies are going to be eventually. So the Acolyte to me, the fucking logo. I mean, if you look at it, it looks super Sith-like to me, so I would assume that is that's got to be a Sith show.
Yeah, I think it is a Sith show, and like the High Republic is this new phase they're doing in all media. So they're doing like books and comics, and now the TV show as well. So
yeah, I have the audiobook ready to download when it shows up in January for the first High Republic book, but yeah, I don't know why they didn't decide to go with the Old Republic. They already have all those stories flushed out and tons of people want to see it. But I think the idea is they're trying to set it in a time frame where characters like Yoda could still be alive so that people could have some connection to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But if the High Republic is when when it's supposed to be set, all of the Sith were supposed to be destroyed. So realistically, it's all like behind the scenes shit until basically episode 1 for a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how they are able to, unless they're just going to retcon that, which I guess they could easily do. Because
there are no rules.
Yeah, you're going to change it all.
Anything is possible.
Well, everything gets the Halloween treatment now, right? Where they're just going to be like, well, we're going to act like nothing else happened except for the first movie.
Yeah,
they're going to do that with Star Wars. Nothing happened except for the original trilogy.
Oh, right, like the Terminator.
Yeah,
like the Terminator treatment.
Yes, but when you just make sure when you erase everything, you replace it with something that's good.
Right.
Because not the Terminator treatment.
Did not do that.
Dude, that was so fucking
You know what's sad though is honestly the only thing the movies even it was touted as being, and now we're going on real tangents here, but it was touted as being the best one since T2, and it was, but it doesn't mean it was better. It was any good.
It wasn't though. It fucking wasn't.
I think T3 was better than.
Oh,
no,
I don't.
No.
Salvation was better. Salvation was better.
Yeah.
That's because I'll give you that because I actually tried to do something different.
It was interesting.
Me and Dick Cummings went and saw Terminator 3. I just got my wisdom teeth out and I was high off fucking Percocets. And at the end, when everybody gets blown up from Doomsday or whatever, I'm just the only one sitting there dying laughing for no reason. It was horrible. I've only seen it the one time.
I never learned though. After Genesis, I was like, I'm never watching any of these pieces of shit ever again. And then Dark Fate came out, and I was at the theater. I'm like, why am I watching this? And then I walked out, and I was like, I'm never watching any of these pieces of shit ever again.
Yeah,
you bought it on Blu-ray for some reason.
No, fuck no.
As soon as it came out, the day
he bought it on Blu-ray, and he was like, maybe it'll be good this time, and it wasn't.
It's free.
I only bought the Blu-ray to see for the flashback sequence of John Connor getting blown away. That's it.
I will say that was some pretty fucking awesome CGI.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I can say. Good. That's all I can say good about that movie is they actually used the de-aging pretty well. Yeah, because I actually bought that was.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That.
Oh yeah. Very much.
I actually heard it's so funny. You even brought up Terminator Salvation because I heard the other day that that script was written and the movie was already set to be filmed. And the last person who signed on to play any character was actually Christian Bale signing on to be John Connor. And when that happened, they had to drastically rewrite that fucking movie because John Connor wasn't supposed to be a major part of that movie at all.
Oh yeah, well.
So Terminator Salvation was supposed to be a totally different movie from what we got, and the only reason it was as it was because when
he was too big.
Yeah, he was too big. They're like, holy shit, we need to fucking we need to rewrite this.
I would have loved to see what they did with it.
Yeah, utilize them.
Yeah, fuck that's
But
well,
yeah, Terminator.
yeah.
Terminator is going to be in the new Star Wars show.
That is free. Dark Fate is free on Amazon right now. I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, I won't watch that.
He's going to watch it right after this.
Absolutely, and then he's going to buy it. He's going to realize he loves it.
I changed my mind. This is pretty good.
The Cassian Andor series is interesting because, like,
I love Rogue One.
I love Rogue One too, but like honestly, like that. It'll be interesting to see like the darker side of the rebellion, which is what it's supposed to be, like the guy who like does all the dirty work and shit. But like at the same time, how invested can you be in a character that you know is dead?
Right. That's my thing. It's hard.
Black Widow. It's the same thing.
Well, I guess that's the same. You know, I don't know how I can say that because the Obi-Wan series, I just said like, well, I'm gonna watch the Obi-Wan series, no problem.
He was old when he died. Like he has like a whole interesting story you can go with him. You know what I mean? Who cares where he ended up?
Also considering there's always been that big blank space, as you never knew what happened after 3 and before 4.
Right.
Even the Mandalorian is tough sometimes because you go, well, we know what happens. Kylo Ren shows up, and then this bullshit happens. So it's hard to be invested in that little space, you know. But you know, you just got to pretend like, you know, it isn't going to end with, you know, Rise of Skywalker. It's all like that, really. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There are no stakes. There are no stakes involved, really, because we know what happens.
Yeah, well, that's why, honestly, that the thing is, the High Republic series could be interesting, or the movies or whatever. Oh, I just lost my breath. That could be interesting. I did. It just came right out. Could be interesting because, like, at least it's so far set in the past that literally any of the events that occur before that we really don't know. We know that it leads to the Jedi eventually falling when the Sith rise back to power, but like aside that time frame is so massive that you get so many stories to flesh out. You know, so could be interesting. But Cassian Andor Cassian Andor is one that I'll watch it because obviously I think Diego Luna, he was a good enough actor in Rogue One that I'd like to see him.
I fucking love that guy. I love that guy. Viva Mexico.
Yeah, he's great.
Dude, he's the best.
And then the Rangers of the New Republic, that I assume that's going to be set at the exact same fucking timeline as The Mandalorian, right?
Well, yeah, like that and Ahsoka.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a show centered around Donnie Yen, his character,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That I think that would be way more fucking interesting.
I want a show about him and his little lover there. The big old Samoan dude, you know, just those two.
I am one with the Force. The Force with me. That's way more interesting than Cassian Andor, but still,
that's true.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. But
take what you can get. Take what you can get.
There's a big petition online right now that's got like 20 million signatures or some shit where it's like everybody's like, if you don't cast Michael Fassbender to play Thrawn in the Ahsoka series, like we are gonna fucking riot. Like that guy looks like him already.
I don't even know who that is.
You know who Thrawn is?
No, he doesn't know who Michael Fassbender is.
I know who Michael Fassbender is, but yeah.
Michael Fassbender is. Thrawn was like the big antagonist in Rebels. He's a naval commander for the Empire, and he's like super tactical. But he's like a really interesting character too. He's not just like a typical bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy.
Okay.
But yeah, that's who Ahsoka, when she in her episode, that's who she in The Mandalorian, that's who she's looking for. So
right.
If Michael Fassbender, he's basically just like a fucking blue dude with red eyes. Michael Fassbender is he's so perfect for that character.
Oh, okay.
Because all you have to do is be Michael Fassbender's character playing from. Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Oh, nice.
yeah, but
There's other actors you could cast, but Michael
Right,
Fassbender,
yeah.
Fassbender as David from Prometheus, or
Yeah.
the other one, he literally is Thrawn. That's how
Yeah.
Thrawn talks. That's how Thrawn acts.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you've already seen him give the performance. So he probably wouldn't even do it because he's already done that performance. But
He
I
did.
always thought that they should get Lars Mikkelsen, who's the guy that voiced Thrawn in the Rebels cartoon. That way,
What
just
is-
bring it together.
what does he look like?
Is that
Yeah,
Mads
they probably
Mikkelsen's
will.
He
brother?
looks like Mads Mikkelsen.
Really?
He's his brother, yeah.
Yeah, it's his brother, right? Yeah.
Mars Mikkelsen?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen an image of him, but if he looks enough like him, I'm game for that too. Because then it's literally
He's
bringing
the
him
guy in the season 3 of Sherlock. I'm not sure if you guys watch Sherlock.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
the-
yeah. I love
He
Sherlock.
was the
yeah.
guy at the end of the final episode who was like messing with Sherlock the entire time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
in. Moriarty.
I'm Moriarty.
No, not Moriarty.
There's this like
No.
billionaire or somebody. I forget what he was.
Well, Dan's pulling him up right now. I'm sure.
What happened to Sherlock?
I always forget that Mads Mikkelsen has a brother who works. That's funny.
Well, they just replaced Johnny Depp with Mads Mikkelsen in the Fantastic Beasts series.
Right. I'm not really familiar with that story, but I see it on Instagram every once in a while.
Yeah. Yes, they don't like Johnny Depp's lawsuits against him by Amber Heard. Although I don't know why they're going against it. From all accounts that I've seen, I thought she was the crazy person. So it seems a
Didn't
little
she
weird
beat the shit out of him?
Yeah,
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
They better not recast her in Aquaman.
That's the other thing they're trying to do too. But
No, don't do it. I love her.
I know she's pretty spectacular in that green outfit. So, but she's psychotic. I guess you don't have to worry about her attacking Jason Momoa though. He's
Right? Yeah. But like, who cares what she does behind closed doors? Like, just put her in the fucking movie. Like,
I guess it depends
yeah.
what it is. I mean, Kevin Spacey definitely doesn't deserve to work again.
no, of course not. But
What are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you
Well,
could see. I could be. I
that
can
might
see
be
it.
better. That might be better, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I know
again,
that
He's
fucking
got
guy.
he's got like an evil look to him.
Even though he's smiling.
he looks like. It's so funny. His name's Lars. He looks like James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich, like literally fused together.
Combined?
One person, so.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, yeah, I could see
So
him being
funny.
cast. But yeah, I'm excited. The Ahsoka series is probably the one that I'm most excited about because it's so Jedi centric. But and obviously I love fucking Rosario Dawson, so seeing her get to play the character more would be awesome. But in that series, do you think we're gonna get like do you think we're gonna get all like the Rebels characters coming back to be her posse?
I have no idea. I feel like it could be because like they said that her episode could have taken place before that epilogue to the series finale, where she goes to find Sabine Wren to go find Ezra Bridger.
Right.
So it could be that follow up. I don't know. I feel like it should, but like there's also the rumors that they might be doing a Rebels spinoff series, a sequel series.
Oh really?
Yeah, that like I've heard those rumors, but like I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate.
I heard a rumor that they were thinking about Ezra being the Jedi that's going to come looking for Grogu.
Yeah, like that makes sense too. Like,
Grogu.
there's not that many Jedi. Like it's either going to be Luke, it could be Luke, Ezra, or it could be Cal Kestis from the Jedi Fallen Order video game.
Yeah. And that's the kid from fucking Shameless. So like that kid's a real working actor that could literally be that age and going looking for him.
It's a very old and rebuilt Mace Windu.
Matt,
What? I saw an image of current Samuel L. Jackson somebody did where he had like a robot hand and shit, and he was like, and I was like, honestly, like I guess is there any, I don't know if there's any canon stories that say Mace Windu's officially dead. So
No,
I mean, nobody saw him die. He got thrown out a window, but
Right,
he
exactly.
could have only
You gotta
fallen like 10 feet onto like a passing speeder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then he
he
dusted
literally
himself
saw.
off and he was like, damn. And he just took
plus
off.
it's only
you know?
27 to 30 years since he's been around.
Right.
Obi-Wan and Anakin on Coruscant have jumped out of fucking speeders from just
Sure.
about the same amount of heights and survived.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not uncommon, but
I force landed, motherfucker.
dude, there was a great somebody had this. It was right after Rise of Skywalker came out, maybe like a month after it came out, and it was all the Jedi speaking to Rey, like in the moment where they were like everything that all of them said to her, because it was all kind of like muddled
they
together.
separated it.
Yeah, they separated it right with the images of the actual Jedi, right? And then I was going through it. It was like 30 different windows I was scrolling through just to read these things. And then I get to the bottom of it, and it was Mace Windu, and it says, "Kill that motherfucker!"
Bitch, be cool.
It was so worth the scroll just to get to that. Like, oh man. Like, do you remember remember when that the Paul Rudd Ant-Man thing was going, where it was the guy describing everything that's happened in 2020, and it was like a super long fucking thing. He just kept going through it, and everything was funnier and funnier. Yeah, that was like the super payoff at the end. It was so fucking good.
That's awesome.
Kill that motherfucker!
Kill that motherfucker!
Like, I wish the Star Wars could go that like R-rated and have him said that, because we wanted to.
They could.
You can get one F word and still make it PG-13.
They can do whatever they want. They can make it R-rated if they want.
Mace Windu, fucking like second most powerful Jedi on the council, and he's just like dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, I'm waiting for the.
I always
Mace
assumed
Windu
the F-bomb,
series.
like, fuck didn't exist in that world, you know?
Yeah,
That's what I assumed.
although Harrison Ford says hell twice.
Yeah. Christian Hell.
Yeah.
See you in hell. They have hell.
Yeah, they have hell. See you in hell. Yeah. That's true.
Are there no shits? Like, oh shit. In Star Wars?
They say like I don't know.
Oh,
That's
Banta's
untrue.
nerd.
I'm pretty sure at one point Jar Jar Binks does say doo-doo. Me saying big doo-doo.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That poor guy fucking
Boom Snickets.
thought about killing himself.
What, the guy who
Yeah, that's what I
Jar
heard.
Jar?
I forget his name.
Oh, Ahmed Best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ahmed does. Yeah, I heard he didn't have a great time after that.
No. Matt, do you know who played R2D2?
Kenny Baker.
See, he's the one that my questions were meant for.
Hey Matt, do you know who was the backup stunt person for Princess Leia and A New Hope?
I do not.
Well, shame on you. Hey Duff, I gotta take off. I gotta go bathe the kid.
All right, man.
Bath time. Take it easy, boys.
You have fun.
Have a good one.
Sorry we didn't get to talk about Marvel with you. But now that he's gone, let's talk about Marvel right away.
Let's
So
just talk about him and how much he sucks.
obviously, aside from the Star Wars news, which there's plenty of, we're also getting, and no, before I even jump off that, we can use this portion right here, because we just finished up talking about Star Wars, to talk about what you guys think of the season of The Mandalorian thus far. I'd like to get that in on this episode.
I think it's been going great so far.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, just the whole side quest thing where it's like every single episode someone's like, look, we don't know, like, but just go to this place and maybe you'll find what you're looking for. Like, it's been the same every single time, but I don't really mind that too much. I mean, they can keep doing it if they want. But
I don't mind
loved
that
it
either.
so far. Yeah,
As long as
fuck
the
it, why
episodes
not?
are interesting and fun.
Yeah. And Michael Biehn could have been utilized better.
Yeah.
Was that Michael Biehn? Was that Michael Biehn in the Ahsoka episode?
Yeah.
In the Ashoka Tano episode, yeah.
I thought it was. But
watching
he seems so much older than the. I mean, I know he is older, but it didn't even seem like Michael Biehn to me, But
Yeah.
I thought it looked like him. I did think that, but I never even checked the credits. So
Fucking Kyle
He
Reese.
was very underused.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I feel like he's underused anyway. Michael Bihn's that guy that James Cameron's like, I know I promised you a part in my next movie, but I got nothing. Like, he's always that guy that kind of gets, he's always thought of, but then he ends up getting nothing.
He wasn't
Yeah,
in
he's like,
Avatar.
Was he
Like,
in
that would be-
Avatar?
Yeah, like he would have been perfect for Avatar.
No shit. He should have been the fucking. He should have been one of the military guys.
He was considered for the part that Stephen
Lang.
Stephen Lang had.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Stephen Lang was pretty good in that part, though.
He was.
James Cameron
was like, I know I talked to you about this part, but we're gonna go with Stephen Lang because he's better. But
is he gonna be in the sequels? Is he gonna be in the sequels? He might be a character coming for the sequels.
He could be. Is anyone excited for those fucking movies?
Not really.
No, I fucking hate that movie. It sucks.
I will say I did go on a ride in Disney World last year, and it's pretty great.
Oh, it's the best.
Well, yeah.
It's like the best ride ever.
Of course it was great. It makes sense as a video game or a ride. It should have just been a video game. It would have been the greatest video game ever. I don't want to watch that shit for 3 hours.
Do you think? Wait. So honestly, because it doesn't. Aside from the visuals, the story doesn't age well at all. It's fucking just a rip off.
Pocahontas.
It's Fern Gully. It's all these movies.
Yeah, Fern Gully.
It's a shitty Pocahontas story.
But the
with unobtainium. Yeah, they really took their time on that name.
Unobtainium, yeah.
Well, when you think about it, it's Americans looking for this alien mineral, so obviously they're going to be American, dumb it down for them.
Yeah, unobtainium.
No, but were they? Do you think there's a chance the sequels are going to be better? I mean, they could write a better plot. You know,
the 3D will be better.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, just the 3D technology will be. I can tell you that much. I mean, but
yeah,
I want to know how they think they're going to bring Sigourney Weaver's character back. She's coming back. Like she's already announced to play a major role. Like, how the fuck is a woman who's dead going to play a major role in this fucking series going forward?
They found out that Awa, whatever the name is, actually did capture her, whatever, and her essence, and is actually able to put her into a new avatar.
She's Awa now.
She is, yeah, right. I don't know. It was a stupid movie based around special effects that haven't aged all that well.
How many times did you guys see it in theaters?
Once.
I think I saw it. I think I saw it twice. I went to go see it in IMAX, and I think I took my little brother to go see it in like regular afterwards.
Okay. So I saw. So did you not like it right away? Did you guys not like it right away? Like when you saw it?
No, I liked it.
Right away.
I liked it. Like I thought it was pretty cool. But I wasn't like one of those like, oh my god, I have to go see this again.
Yeah.
Right away, you said, "Fuck this." The hype wasn't real for you.
Once the sheen of what you're looking at wears off, and you think about it, it's like this trash.
So I probably saw that.
It never caught me.
I saw that movie 3 times in theaters, and the first time I saw it, I was like, "What?" Just the visuals kept me. I was like, "That was unreal." I had to see it, you know. And then,
amazing.
And then I took Sarah to see it, and I was like, "Oh, you got to see this!" Just because how it looked, I was like, "You got to see this fucking movie." And like, she saw it, and like, yeah, she liked it. It was long, but like, at that point, I was like, "Yeah, it was only all right." I think I'm not sure I liked it that much. I'm gonna see it one more time in theaters
just to make sure.
Yeah, I did. And then after I saw it the third time, I was like, yeah, that movie is basically just a retread of every other movie that we just named. So
you're like a Star Wars fan that went to go see The Phantom Menace multiple times when it came out in 1999.
Yeah, the denial of
like
it
the OG Star Wars fan.
Did you guys ever see the movie, the comedy movie Fanboys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fanboys. My favorite. The last line in that.
That's not good.
The last line in that movie is my favorite. When they're sitting there at the end, getting ready to watch a new Phantom Menace. Like, what if it sucks? And then it cuts to black.
Dude, that movie was in like production hell for a while, and it was like retooled and shit. Andy and I actually ended up going to see that in theaters, like when it dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it being a while.
Yeah.
It came out like what, 2010 or something? It was supposed to come out in like 2008.
It was supposed to come out like a long time before that. Yeah. But yeah, that movie's sick. Yeah, and at the end, what if it sucks? I love that part.
Here's the crazy thing.
Foreshadowing.
People who are 10 years old and went to see Avatar are now like 21.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like 23 when the new Avatar comes out. Like
Avatar is the greatest accomplishment Avatar did was it spawned the ability to make an amazing world at Disney that's fun to go to.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really it. But all right.
Sam Worthington, remember him? Nope.
No.
From Terminator Salvation?
Clash of the Titans, baby.
We have a theme here.
Say that again.
Everything he touches dies. Yeah, but this you said you didn't watch this season of The Mandalorian yet, Chris?
Not yet.
Why?
Okay, you can talk about it.
What the hell? No, I'm not going to talk about it. Fuck.
Yeah,
We just
why?
ruined the fact that Michael Bean's in it.
I did not realize that. I wouldn't have said anything.
I will say, I love, and I put this post on Facebook. You guys probably saw it, but I love that last episode with Bill Burr. I can't believe like how
that was
much
good.
It's
Dude,
awesome.
It's great.
that's like the best.
I love Bill Burr
dialogue.
to begin with.
I love him too, but I didn't like even in the first season, like his episode was only okay to me, but like his character wasn't. Yeah, his character wasn't that. You know, it was all right, whatever. But like this gave him some. He had some fucking depth in that episode, and that conversation with the commanding officer. I was like, oh my god, this is like the best Star Wars shit ever.
I love how he makes no effort to get rid of the Boston accent at all. I
Why
never
would he?
thought I'd see Bill
Hold on, I'll be right
Burr.
back. You guys keep
Yeah, Bill Burr and fucking Boba Fett in Slave One together blowing shit up, and he's like, "Fucking dude!" Like, oh man, it was like, so good, so good. Billy,
He's the working class Imperial. That's it.
yeah.
They never tried to get rid of accents. Like fucking Daisy Ridley, she's British. She had a random English accent for no
I
reason.
never understood their complaints about that. When his character first came on last season, they were like, I can't believe there's a Boston accent. I'm like, you can't? Like, there's fucking every other accent.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody has their own accent in these fucking movies. Even Carrie Fisher
There's no
put on
fucking Boston planet.
Carrie Fisher put on a fake British accent in her very first scene. So when you actually watch her walk up
she
to
loses.
Grandma talking, she's like, I could smell your stench when I was brought on board, and then she just loses the accent.
She was British for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute, she was British. Yeah.
She said she's like, I was trying something, and then George was like,
what was that?
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that again. You're not British.
But they don't do it because they were broke and had no money to refilm it.
No, but his Bill Burr's scene in that mess hall was fucking unreal in that last episode. Chris, you need to get caught up stat. There's only 2 episodes left, I think, right?
There's one.
There's only 1 episode left. So
Yeah.
He's like, what about Operation Cinder, dude? Operation Cinder?
8
episode. Okay.
Yeah, Operation Cinder, which is that's in the games. That's in fucking what do you call it? The
Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2, yes.
Yeah.
That's like part of the game. Like, so when they said that, I was like, I know what he's talking about. But yeah, no, I love that dialogue, and I was glad that
I understood that reference.
I understood that reference. My fucking dog. I'll be right back again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Real life problems.
All right. So what else should we talk about?
That fucking Kevin Duffy, huh?
Yeah. Birdo's frozen. Update's back.
My shit is like, my stream is completely frozen right now. So if I keep coming in late, I apologize. I feel like I'm just catching up on everything like a minute after it's said.
What's happening? Are you guys already getting snowfall down in Woburn?
So my bad. Okay, thank you.
Not yet.
Yeah, like
Berto, why don't you leave the stream and come back in?
I haven't looked out the window yet.
Why are we so delayed? Waiting.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I love a good snowstorm.
Oh my god, he is so delayed.
This is great. Did he hear us?
What?
You should try to leave. You should leave the stream and try to come back into it.
Okay.
It's weird. It's weird. He was. I wonder if he was responding to the first time you said that.
I don't even remember what we said.
You said like, is it snowing in Woburn?
Yes.
Hey, are you back now? Can you hear us live?
All right.
He's nodding. He's nodding. All right.
Yeah.
We're good then.
Yeah, like for a minute, everybody was like freezing up, like,
All right, this will be good. We'll jump to that final talking point here now, guys. Star Wars is looking good, which is awesome, and they haven't. Did they announce what Taika Waititi is going to be directing?
No, they haven't announced anything yet.
So I would assume he's probably going to be directing whatever one Kevin Feige is going to be producing, right?
That's what I've been thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. You're going to pull over, dude. All the Marvel people are going to get pulled into the Star Wars universe. Just wait.
Hell yeah.
But good segue. We're going to go right into the Marvel drop, which is like the most ridiculous amount of shit I've ever seen.
Fucking convoluted mess.
Yeah, most of it is series, which supposedly are gonna
Hawkeye. Nobody fucking wants Hawkeye.
It's got
wait. I would rather have Hawkeye than Loki.
Did you see the Loki?
Loki looks like shit.
What?
I don't care. I don't care about Loki.
I think it looks terrible,
dude.
I think it looks. I'm with Berto. I don't give a fuck about Loki.
Dude, I love the fact that they're going with the Time Bureau or whatever the fuck they're called.
Time variants.
The time variants. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I was shocked to see Owen Wilson as the main character in Loki.
You know what's funny? I was staring at him. I was like, I know this dude, and why does it look so familiar? And then it finally dawned on me that it was Owen Wilson because my brain knew who it was, but couldn't because he's always got that stupid fucking haircut. And then he looked totally different in this. So it was like, oh, yeah. Oh, holy shit.
It's Owen Wilson.
Looks totally different. Nice.
Yeah. You're like Charlie Kelly. You're like, I was watching The Sixth Sense, and at the end of it, all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God. This guy's been
dead
the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. This guy's been Bruce Willis the whole time. Cat on the wall, eh? Now you're talking my language.
Cat on the wall. What's going on over here? Yeah, I don't care about what the hell these guys are watching. But, yeah, but dude, Crow, you're like a huge Haley Steinfeld fan. You should be pumped about Hawkeye.
Is she playing his daughter?
You think so?
No, she's playing Kate Bishop, who's the newer Hawkeye character.
Are we talking about?
I love Haley Steinfeld, but not enough to watch a fucking Hawkeye show. She'll be in something else. She'll be in something else I can watch.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm honestly, I like the Marvel shit. Let me pull the list back up here. Not all of them are even like serious shows. Like the fucking what is that? Guardians of the Galaxy a holiday special?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a one-off. And then there's the I Am Groot, which is that's not gonna be a real show.
Is that the animated?
That's an animated show. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Some of them, like the Armor Wars, that's going to be just like about tech, like in the Marvel universe, I believe.
Well,
kind of like
that's the Don Cheadle show with War Machine. So he has to deal with like all the like the Iron Man technologies gets loose on the world, like someone steals it.
Oh, really? It's like a real show.
That's pretty dope.
It's like it's the War Machine show essentially.
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
That's actually pretty cool.
So they're really like adapting a lot of the older stories and the newer stories now too.
Okay. I honestly thought it was going to be like one of those like look inside the tech of the Marvel universe kind of shows with like Don Cheadle being the character of War Machine, but like being like, this is what's coming down the pipeline, that kind of thing. Like I didn't think it was going to be a real show.
Doing that.
Oh God, thank God. I misread that entirely then.
The popular mechanics of Marvel MCU.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Exactly. East Coast,
like
Orange. What is it? The Chopper show, the East Coast Choppers.
Yeah. Or like
fucking
like
American Chopper.
Yeah. American Chopper, yeah.
Wow. And then they released as far as like shows go, more like they did. They released the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer, which again doesn't give you much, but there's some good back and forth with Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Yeah.
Sebastian Stan, aka Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
AKA Tommy Lee.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean, Tommy Lee?
He's doing a Hulu show. They just announced it yesterday. He's playing Tommy Lee and Lily. I forget her name.
Lily James.
Lily James is playing Pamela Anderson. It's all about the leaked sex tape.
What?
Yeah.
What do you need to know?
Lily
And-
James looks nothing like Pam
And
Laird.
Seth Rogen plays the guy that got his hands on this sex tape.
Oh,
No.
And it's going to be an 8-episode series on Hulu.
Why?
Sebastian Stan was
Why would you ever
Sebastian
watch
Stan-
that?
Why?
Sebastian Stan was wicked good in that I, Tonya movie. As
It's,
Tanya Harding.
it's from the guy that did I, Tonya.
Oh, all right. Well, no,
Yeah.
he's really,
All right,
he's really good in I, Tonya. He
Yeah.
plays her husband or
Yeah, but-
whatever.
Tanya Harding had like an interesting story. Like
Yeah.
the, sex-
Yeah.
the Tommy Lee sex tape is not an interesting story.
It doesn't sound
I mean-
like it would be even that much to do with the Tanya Harding. I mean, Tanya Harding, obviously. It wouldn't have anything to do with her, but it doesn't like have anything to do really with Tommy Lee. It sounds like more about the Seth Rogen stealing the tape.
I think it's just their reaction about, like, what are we going to do? Everyone saw us.
That's great.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Ironheart, is that Gwyneth Paltrow? in the
oh
Iron
shit.
Man?
No, that's the new character, Riri Williams, that came out a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Who's the 15-year-old African-American girl tech genius that goes to MIT, builds her own Iron Man suit. And she gets noticed by Tony Stark, and then he died during Civil War II, and he gives her an AI of him. So he helps her out as the AI to build her own, technically Iron Man suit, but she calls herself Ironheart.
that's
Is this-
fucking sick.
Is this the
Oh, that's sick.
is this the rumors where I've been hearing that Robert Downey Jr. might be reprising his Iron Man role in some sort of way?
I doubt it. Like, I've been seeing reports that he's keep on saying, I'm done.
I've heard that, but somebody was telling me that no, he's been in talks, and I've actually read that online. Like, you might see.
If he was, like, he could just do a voiceover. That would be fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
The new Jarvis.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. That'd be crazy.
Right.
Instead
then-
of Jarvis in the Iron Man suit, it's just Tony Stark. That'd be fucking.
Yeah,
badass.
that's what it was in the
That's
comic.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
By Michael Bendis.
Yeah. And then it works its way
yeah.
back around. He
Ooh.
becomes fucking he becomes
He becomes
Ultron.
Disney- he becomes Disney.
Comes back, they gotta kill Tony Stark. Then there's the obviously the Moon Knight series. I'm excited for that one. That's a cool I always like that comic, and it'll be that character is really it'd be awesome to get him on screen. Oscar Isaacs is attached to play him. Could be cool.
Cool.
And the What If
Who's
series
also
that's
going to be Solid Snake, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
He gets all the fucking he gets all the roles. And then the movies that they obviously WandaVision's coming out like in like a week or two or two like 3 weeks now, but that's gonna be good. It looks weird, but it could be interesting. We've talked about She-Hulk on another show. Miss Marvel's getting her own show. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest like I've read a couple of comics with the new Miss Marvel with the what's the character's name? It's
Kamala Khan.
yes. I don't love the character. I don't like that she takes on the Miss Marvel name or any of that shit. Like I don't know. I never loved that.
Yeah.
So, but do you read those comics? That
Like I read a good chunk of that first run, and it's very much like an all ages book. It's very much the whole the new teen superhero in the Marvel universe.
right?
So she's pretty much the modern day Peter Parker type hero type, where it's like the teenage kid gets powers for the first time. But the interesting thing is, like, she's an Inhuman, so they're slowly reintroducing the Inhumans into the Marvel MCU now.
Okay. Well, doesn't she have the same powers as like Mr. Fantastic, basically?
No, her powers are a little different. She has like a shapeshifter ability. So
okay.
she in her first story arc, when she gains her powers and she has to go save someone, she actually turns herself into Miss Marvel, the Carol Danvers character, in the black bathing suit and
Yeah.
and everything like that. So she then learns how to control her powers, but like she does something called embiggen, which is like she can like basically grow really tall and like have really big fists and like super strength and stuff like that.
That explains. So okay, so even that explains why I thought she had like Mr. Fantastic's powers, because every time I've seen her, she's been small but with giant hands.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind
what
of
the
like
fuck am I
that.
looking at?
And like she can like shrink herself down and grow really big too. like she's an interesting character, but like I said, like I think she's gonna be the way to introduce the Inhumans, and then they're bringing her into the Captain Marvel 2 movie.
Yeah. Oh wait, they're gonna introduce her in the actual movie, Captain Marvel 2?
No, they're showing she's gonna have the show first, and then they're bringing her into the Captain Marvel 2 movie, which comes out a couple more years.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was the next thing I was talking about was the actual movie lineup that they have set up here. So Captain Marvel 2, which I didn't love Captain Marvel, so I'm not that excited about that. Eternals.
All right.
Yeah, it was all right. But Eternals, obviously, I know little to nothing about the Eternals. So I'm excited for it because actually things that I don't know about are the things that usually pique my interest the most when it comes to Marvel.
Well, that's why I'm excited about the Eternals.
Me too.
Because it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, where I knew nothing about Guardians when it came out, and I loved it. You know, like
right.
I hope it's like that.
Right. And then Blade with Mahershala Ali. That's going to be fucking sick.
Fucking sick.
I love Blade, so I'm pumped for that.
Blade is my favorite. Blade is my favorite of all time.
That's a good one. Black Panther 2. Obviously, we got to figure out what's going on with that. What pathway they're going. I'm assuming it's going to be Shuri as the new Black Panther.
Hell yeah.
What's it called? Shang-Chi. Again, another one I don't know much about. I know that it's going to deal with the 10 rings. So obviously you'd assume the Mandarin is going to make his appearance, which is cool. They announced the Fantastic Four movie, which again, I'm fucking pumped about that. I can't wait for that. Hopefully they do it right. You know, third time's the charm, the reboots. And then they announced the, what else we got up here? That's it.
Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumanium.
Quantumania, yeah. That's a cool fucking name. With Kang the Conqueror as the bad guy. Yeah. So lots of cool shit. I mean, we don't know where these movies are going to fall. I would assume that if they're getting pushed till if most of these aren't coming out till 2022, they might get theatrical release by that point. But yeah. So these movies are coming out. Obviously, Berto can't wait to see Blade. So
some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Dude, I love Blade. I love Blade so much. I can't wait. In fact, if all the other ones went away and it was just Blade, I'd be happy. Like that's how much I love Blade.
They're resetting the Marvel universe back to Blade.
just Blade.
Dude, Cottonmouth as Blade, that's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. I forgot he played Cottonmouth. Yeah, that's right. Mahershala.
Yeah.
Cottonmouth was like the greatest of the one of the greatest of those like
the Netflix villains.
Yeah.
Dude, Luke Cage was amazing until he dies, and then it's like, wow, this fucking show goes way downhill. Yeah, I'm excited for the Fantastic Four. It's got me the most hyped, to be honest, because I just want him to announce.
You just want it done justice. You just
like they really need to tap into the Kirby aesthetic of Fantastic Four when they do that in film, right? And really embrace the Kirby stuff.
Yeah. Who do you think they're gonna? I mean, obviously, for me, I as soon as the rumor was announced that they were looking at John Krasinski for Mr. Fantastic, I was like, well, that's who I'm fucking backing right there. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah,
I see it. I have no idea what they're gonna do though.
Right.
How old is Mr. Fantastic in the comics?
He's usually
40s.
Mid to late 30s, sometimes early 40s.
Oh, okay.
You think he looks older because he's got the gray fucking streak in his hair, but no, he's not.
Sometimes they push him older, in the books, but
I feel like they've been in the. I mean, I know the movies have been shitty, but it seems like they've been pushing him younger in the movies.
Well, the last one, they were really trying to tap into the Ultimate Fantastic Four series, where they were all young. They were all in their in that series, they're all early 20s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was that Michael B. Jordan in that?
Yeah.
The last run, yeah. He's a flame on.
Yeah, that's where they get their powers from. The what's it called? The realm,
the negative zone.
The negative zone, yes, and not the fucking just space
cosmic rays.
Yes. So, which is a cool. Honestly, it is a cool comic, but it was just poorly executed in the movie. So
yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there that we're going to be seeing from Marvel. Blade definitely. I'm pumped about Blade. I'm pumped about Ant-Man. I'm pumped about. We'll see what happens with Black Panther 2. I imagine it'll do well regardless, just because of Chadwick Boseman's passing. I'm assuming people will like definitely want to see what they bring forth with that.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah. And
Secret Invasion too. We didn't
Secret
talk
Invasion.
about that.
Yeah. That's gonna be a series though, so that's interesting that they're going series with that because
So that's like the Nick Fury series that they announced like a month ago or something.
Right.
And like that's the series that they're going with. I found that interesting.
Yeah. So weird that they're. I mean, I know Nick Fury's obviously in canon. It makes sense that he'd be there because he's with the Skrulls.
Yeah.
But like, it's pretty cool though. So I think that we'll finally get obviously this is the chance to see Super Skrull and like the invasion of, because they did allude in Captain Marvel that there's other factions of Skrulls out there.
Yeah, so we'll see like the actual evil Skrulls that
Right.
people want to see in Captain Marvel, but then
they turned it on its head and gave you the fucking what's it called as the bad guys instead, the
Kree.
Kree, yeah, but not that they're really good guys ever anyways either, but
They're not usually, yeah.
Yeah, but
Jude Law.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have anything announced for what's his face yet. As a character, Nova. I'm surprised he isn't listed.
That was always like everyone was always thinking like Nova would be showing up in Guardians of the Galaxy because like they had like back in like 2004, 2005, like that series was really tied into those series were really tied into each other in the comics. Yeah. But yeah, like I think people were always assuming like that was going to be the next big thing, but just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But yeah. So like I don't know how the phases really work anymore. They used to work in a way that the phase. And you know what's interesting is it doesn't say anything up here about the Spider-Man movie in any of these announcements.
Yeah, like I think that's probably because of the Sony thing. Like this is all purely Disney stuff.
Oh, you're probably right. I think you're right. But then yeah, like Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange movie is going to be cool too. Actually,
I'm
I know
looking forward to that one.
Elizabeth Olsen signed on to be. Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen signed on to be Sam Raimi directing. It's cool. And then they just actually said just last week they said what's her face's character is going to be more prominent in it too. Not that it matters for the plot really, but
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, yeah. She got the Natalie Portman treatment in the first movie.
Yeah.
So
speaking of, dude, fucking Lady Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I left that one for last specifically because did I upload the artwork here? Because the thing about Love and Thunder is they announced Christian Bale's playing, which is
the God Eater, whatever the fuck. Yeah, God Butcher. That's what he is.
The God Butcher, and he's a pretty funny. It's so funny. I mean, even when he
kind of looks like him.
Yes.
Even when they were like speculating on who his character was going to be, that guy, like Gore the God Butcher, never even crossed my mind. Like not even for an instant. I was like, it's definitely going to be Beta. He's definitely going to be Beta Ray Bill or like someone like that, you know. But
that was the character I was thinking of since they were heading towards the Lady Thor story, the Jane Foster Thor story, because like Gore is such a huge part of that Jason Aaron series that came out I don't know 7 years ago now, and that led up into Jane Foster Thor, but obviously they'll try to mix everything in together to make it more cohesive.
Right. So what do you think as far as like the plot line? Obviously the plot line's a little different. Like Thor doesn't have his powers in that series when Jane Foster takes over the hammer for a while. So like I can't imagine that's going to be the plot line for the Thor movie though.
I think it like who knows what like because at some point like because Mjolnir is destroyed.
It's gone.
It's
right.
Destroyed. So like either he has to build a new Mjolnir or something else happens. Who knows? But it's gonna be interesting to see if they actually do the whole cancer storyline with Jane Foster, because that's a whole big part about her story is that when she develops cancer and when she becomes Thor, the chemo doesn't work anymore. So she's basically killing herself a little bit longer by becoming Thor.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So wait a minute. So forgive my ignorance, but so the whole Thor Love and Thunder story is based off something that exists already in the comics.
It's loosely based.
the name is not really relevant to any of the story.
No, I know the name, but you guys are talking because in my head I'm going, all right, well I know that Mjolnir was destroyed in the third Thor movie, but like he goes back in time and gets it in Endgame. So is that not a factor in the next movie or what? Like,
it should be
Steve
gone.
Rogers went back in time and brought back Mjolnir with him.
Oh, and then Captain America returns it, so it's no longer there. Okay, okay. My bad. I'm just catching up.
This character, though, the character Gore the God Butcher is kind of interesting though because he's a what is this? Is he from? No, he's not the original symbiote, right? He's a
No, like I forget. Like that's like something like I've been trying to remember. It was just like I haven't. It's been a while since I read the storyline. I know it's something has to be
like
tied.
Venom?
Like his powers are somehow tied to the Venom, like not Venom specifically, but like symbiotes in general.
Yeah, whatever creates
black
whatever
power.
Like the neck, not Necro. It's maybe it is Necro. It's something like that. But
a
it's
character called Null that just came out recently, and he's like the god of the symbiotes or something like that, or king of the symbiotes.
Yeah. So I think
that's
guy's
fucking interesting as shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I like that.
There's some loose tie-in with this character to the symbiotes, and it's like
Maybe
he's super
from the
fucking
same planet as the symbiote or something like that.
Well,
Isn't
the
he from, like, a
character's
different planet?
interesting. So the character's whole family, like wife, kids, like parents, they're all like wiped, like killed, right? And they hit on his planet. His like he's convinced that there's no gods. He's like there's like out of his tribe, and they fucking kick him out of his tribe because he's like, I don't think there are any gods. Because why would this happen to my family if there were gods? And then he finds out that there are gods, like Thor and fucking people out in the world, and he's even more pissed because he's like, what the fuck?
Fuck them. Yeah.
So he makes it a point that he's gonna like literally go through and butcher
dude,
gods.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
that's sick.
So if this movie doesn't actually show him going through and like killing other Thor characters that maybe we haven't even seen, I'll be really pissed if it doesn't like show him.
Oh, dude,
like,
they're definitely gonna show like a montage of him just like what he's done in the past and shit like that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
that's cool. I'm psyched now.
I think it's called the Necro Sword. I think that's the name of the thing that he carries that like is his weapon of choice.
Yeah, I forget. It's been a while since I read it.
But me too. But and again, my comic reading, if it's not in like an omnibus or like a graphic novel, I don't jump into like issue by issues anymore. Yeah. So, but no, it's an interesting character, and Christian Bale playing like this kind of a villain is actually really something that I want to see. You know,
he's probably like, I don't have to work out. I can just wear a motion capture suit. I'm good.
Yeah, no shit. I don't have to lose a ton of weight. I don't have to gain a ton of weight. I don't have to be in crazy shape. Yeah. He's literally like, I can just be myself for once for a movie and just do mocaps. I'm good. I'm in.
All he has to do is stretch a little bit. You'll be fine.
He's getting the fucking Robert Downey Jr. treatment where he didn't have to wear the fucking Iron Man suit for like the last 10 movies. Because all they did was CGI it onto him.
Yeah. It's so lazy.
Well, he had the money to demand that shit. He was like, I'm not wearing that fucking shit. And they were like, okay.
Dude, how about, and this is kind of not really anything to do with the actual stories or anything like that, but how about the fact that like all of these deals that people had, like these back end deals were like, yeah, I'm going to get a percentage of the box office and that's how I'm going to make all my money, like Robert Downey Jr. did for years. Mm-hmm. That's like a thing of the past, man.
Oh,
like, they're going to have to redo all of these deals for all of these people.
Well, when you think of like the way they started, like Marvel Studios was its own independent company. So it wasn't part of Disney at the time. So like they didn't have the money to give them right away, but like they could give them some like when the money started coming in.
Right.
So aside from Eternals and obviously Black Widow, how many of these are in production?
Well, Spider-Man's in production. Doctor Strange is in production.
Right.
Okay. Because I feel like, well, maybe not Disney. This might not affect Disney so much, but like a lot of studios are going to have to really watch their budgets because, I mean, with the whole theater crisis, like they're not going to be able to make these fucking $1 billion movies anymore.
Right.
You know?
I think Shang-Chi's done too.
Shang-Chi finished. Yeah. Shang-Chi just finished. Yeah.
So Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals are ready to fucking go. Like as soon as they decide to drop them. But
Eternals has been delayed a few times, huh?
Eternals was supposed to come out last month.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I was surprised that they didn't show any footage for that movie. Like, they have to really sell that movie to people.
I know nothing about it. I don't know who's in it. I don't know what the Eternals are, and I know zero.
Kumail's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kumail
Kumail.
Nanjiani, Kit Harington from
Richard
Game of Thrones.
Madden,
Oh,
Angelina
Madden.
Jolie, Selma Hayek.
Ooh, Selma, my baby.
Those characters, like, it's hard because, like, those characters are really, really, really deep
Out
for,
there.
like
Obscure, like super
obscure characters.
Yeah,
And,
like if you thought Guardians of the Galaxy was obscure, this is like fucking way worse.
and like,
Well,
these are
that's
characters
what I
that
love.
Jack Kirby
love that
created
shit.
on his
I love
own
that,
back in the 70s. So,
Bring
and, like-
bring it on. The more of that, the better to me. I want
You
to
got-
see more weirdness. You know,
I agree. When I saw Guardians, I had no idea what the fuck it was. I knew nothing.
because I want to
about
see
it.
like original shit. You know, like
Yeah.
at least original to me. Like,
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. Guardians of the Galaxy. And
dude,
it's like-
it's my in my top 3 Marvel. Like, yeah, it's the best. Oh man.
I love the first one. I don't really care for the second one.
I love the second one too.
I
I cry in the second one when Yondu dies. I cry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I
The
do.
Yondu stuff's good. The Yondu stuff is the
Yeah.
best storyline in the second
Yeah.
movie, but
It is. Oh my god.
hands
And
down.
the soundtracks. I went a whole summer listening to the soundtrack from both movies on repeat on my phone, just like painting all day, just listening to those songs. Like, it was an experience. I thought it was incredible.
Do you think, jumping back to Thor really quick, do you think we're gonna like immediately pick up on this? Because Chris Pratt signed on to be in
Chris
it too,
Pratt's
didn't
in
he?
it, yeah.
He's
Like,
in it too.
He'll show up in a bit.
All right, so do you-
Star Lord's coming in.
yeah, he'll probably be in the beginning. He's probably gonna like dump Thor on a planet and be like, "Dude, I'm fucking out. Bye."
That's the extra
Get out of my
montage
ship.
is Thor getting back in shape.
That's what I was gonna say. Is
Oh,
there gonna
yeah.
is it gonna pick up with him just being in shape, or is there gonna be a little bit of fat Thor and then a montage?
I feel like a montage. If that's Taika Waititi could do a good montage.
It better play fucking
Oh, yeah.
Hearts on Fire or something from like Rocky 4.
Oh,
That'd
man.
be amazing.
I was
It's like
thinking
him working out with Groot, because Groot's going to be older at that point, so they're going to like help each
Yeah.
other work out, because like they're the only two who could like match each other's strength, like to work out with. You know, like
Groot's gonna be
I
that
mean,
like
maybe-
20-year-old gym bro.
right, exactly. So Groot's going to be like, you know, a pimple faced, you know, bro. And, oh, that'd be great. Oh my god.
I was thinking, honestly, I could see them literally Star-Lord just being so fed up with Thor being on his ship and being like part of the crew that he just
Right.
literally just dumps him on a planet, leaves, and then Thor like
Yeah.
literally has to just like find his way home. And,
Figure
like,
it out. Yeah.
in doing so, like you see the montage of him getting in shape just from not having the ability to like pig out on fucking junk food anymore.
I hope Thor stays fat, to be honest.
Looking like fucking
That'd be
Jeff
nice.
Lebowski.
Like,
Looking like
Well, I
Jeff
mean,
Lebowski.
he's not winning. He's not winning Natalie Portman back, and if he's in that shape.
I think Thor could just get in shape if he wanted to, just by like whoosh, he's in shape.
Demanding
like,
it
with the
of
lightning.
like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thor could
That's what
just
I
make
thought-
himself in shape.
that's what I thought was going to happen in Endgame. That's what I thought was going to happen in
I
Endgame.
did too. I
I
did
thought
too.
when the
Yeah,
lightning
me
hit
too.
him, he was just going to be in shape again.
Like just like ripped out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was one of the best surprises ever, though. In Endgame, when they like literally they stuck with that. Like all of a sudden when he shows up, you're like, oh my god! Like all the promotional art only shows the first like 10 minutes of the movie
Yeah.
where you see short-haired, in shape Thor.
you look like melted ice cream.
Yeah, no, but you're right. How have we not really seen any set photos or any like character photos for the Eternals yet? How have we not seen any footage?
I don't know. They're really good at hiding it. I've seen like a couple like footage of people out in fields, but that's about it.
Yeah, I saw one with Kit Harington walking with some Asian woman who I didn't know,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have no context, no context. Oh, the actress was pulled up on some kind of like wire work at the time, and I'm like, I have no context for any of this. I don't know what I'm looking at. So
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to stop doing that. And another one that's coming out in April that it's nothing to do with Marvel, but on the Warner Brothers side of things, they fucking have the Mortal Kombat movie reboot coming out, and there literally hasn't been a set photo of people in
No.
costume.
I
think-
actually like that. I want to go in totally surprised.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
I mean, it's
They
released.
just finished that too. Like they
Yeah.
just finished working on that. I think I read.
But it was supposed to be released in theaters in like January. Like, so
So you know how like precious it is to them if it's coming out in January.
right.
I've
But,
been
like,
having a blast playing as the 95 Mortal Kombat characters on Mortal Kombat 11.
oh
like,
really?
They brought literally they brought everybody back, like the original actors from the first movie.
Oh, is that what
That
I
was
thought you were
pretty
talking about the original game characters? Like, I'm like, yeah, that's not that big of a deal if that's the design. But no, you're talking. So
No,
what?
no,
Like
no,
Liu
like-
Kang looks like Robin Shao.
They haven't got him, but like Raiden is Christopher Lambert,
Fucking sick.
and he came back to voice him. And then Johnny Cage is Lyndon Ashby. He
Mhm.
came back to voice, and Brigitte Wilson is Sonny
That's
Blade.
awesome.
It's fucking awesome. And
That's
Shane
really-
Son is
Yeah, the guy.
yeah, the guy. I can't
The guy whose name you don't know.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I've
That's really
enjoyed going to the store as a Mortal Kombat character for the last several months.
I go in with my hood up. I'm like, I'm Scorpion.
Jeez.
I mean,
Fucking noob.
every day. It's like a fucking fantasy of mine as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, fucking,
Wearing
oh,
ninja
dude.
mask. Yeah.
Legit. Berto's like, he's in a gray sweatshirt. He's like, smoke.
he's got the old fucking like stance going on.
Well, did you see that video? Who's that guy that used to do those videos where he's in the elevator? He's in the elevator as like fucking Sub-Zero, and someone just like chimes in like, finish him, and then like he fucking starts like pretending like he's gonna attack those people. Some people were so
Those were good.
clever.
Those
Clever
were
on
great. Yeah, those were great. Oh, I forgot
love
about
that.
those.
And then the one guy like actually almost fights him back. He's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Yes. All right. Is there
All right.
anything else on
I think
this
I'm
list?
gonna-
that I was about to say we're gonna end this, but is there anything else on this
Yeah,
list
I
that you
gotta
guys?
check out soon.
So, yeah, I think that's a good place. to end.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
We talked about She-Hulk in an entirely different episode.
What's the one that looks like a fucking like a Beast Wars? It has like a Beast Wars kind of name. Go back to it.
Armor Wars
Armor Wars. Yeah. What the fuck is that?
That's
Is
the
that the
we
one
talked
with
about.
the
War Machine
that's the
show.
War Machine show?
Oh! I thought that was some
Beast Wars.
Well, I guess I'll say for
Beast
She-Hulk,
Wars.
they're bringing in Tim Roth's Abomination.
Yeah, that just got announced. That did just get announced. Tim Roth
Yeah.
coming in as Abomination in the She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
Dude, Tim
So
Roth.
I'm hoping like they bring
Tim
back
Roth?
Tim Blake Nelson as the leader.
Leader. Yeah.
That's the only thing I could hope for.
Yeah.
Really, just tie everything together.
Are they
That was
able
such
to
a-
use? Are they able to use Mark Ruffalo's Hulk in a series?
They can't. Like it can't be his own film though. That's the only thing. Like they can use the rights to have him in other stuff
Yes.
because like back in the 70s, they did the Incredible Hulk show, right? And at that time, they did like the $6 Million Man, and they did that show was successful, so they did the Bionic Woman. So Stan Lee and Marvel were like, we have to do a female Hulk because the show's really popular, and if Universal does it before us, we lose those rights to that character. So they put out the She-Hulk comic right away so that they could keep the rights. So like that's why like they can bring in Mark Ruffalo's Hulk into She-Hulk.
Some
Okay.
fucking weird loophole. Like,
It is
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It was the 70s. They got
I
away with
love
a
it.
ton of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
I just admire how knowledgeable you are with all this shit. It's great.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I've only spent like 32 years of reading learning all this shit.
Yeah.
So
man.
you should
You're like,
you gotta have this guy on every episode as like
Oh,
a
no
fact
shit.
checker. You
Oh,
know?
no,
yeah.
no, no.
Like,
Totally.
it would really
Honestly.
service the whole production to have him on every
No, it really
fucking
does. No, 100%.
because he gives context to everything we're talking about.
It's like you don't even have to
Yeah.
go to Google. You go to Garcia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys,
Garcia.com.
Garcia.com. But the no, because like I love like I read a shitload of comics like now, but
Yeah.
I didn't read too many of them when I was a kid. Like I read a few,
Right.
but like only like random things that like piqued my interest at
Right.
the times. Like
I
Yeah,
read
read
it.
like Watchmen and like fucking Powers. Like that was
Sin
it.
City.
When I was a kid, my family would get me the gigantic history books of comics, like that you would see at like a Barnes and Noble in the marked
Like,
down section.
Like coffee table books, like
Yeah,
those
coffee
fucking-
table books and
yeah.
stuff about the
Yeah,
history of
big
Marvel
ass
comics. So I know all that shit from that.
Right.
Looking at that
That's awesome.
since I was 8.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, because my buddy, you guys know Eric McDonough, right? Or some of you do at least.
Absolutely.
Well, I know Berto does. So like Eric McDonough, like he grew up like down the street from me, and we used to always go to his brother's room. His brother had all these giant fucking cardboard boxes full of comics, like you'd see it like a comic collector would have. And like he had,
Right.
they had, dude, it was like Brody, like he had the fucking cardboard in him and shit. Like,
Yeah.
and we would
Bags
go
and
through.
boards, baby.
Yeah, dude, we used to go through so many of them. That's like how I even got my comic knowledge that I have. Like I remember reading Age of Apocalypse and stuff like that, like from beginning to end. Because I was like, oh shit, this is amazing, X-Men. Like, holy shit. Like, so
At that time, it wasn't amazing.
no,
like,
no, it wasn't.
like,
I was a kid.
They were just like they were just trying to get the sales. Like they were just like, we need to restart X-Men because it's going down.
Yeah, I was like, Wolverine's got one hand. Professor X is dead. Magneto's a good guy. This is fucking crazy. Like I'm reading all this shit. But no, it was cool. I'm glad that there's my buddy Dave, who sometimes comes on this with us.
Mhm.
He's pretty big comic guy too. I would say in terms of like where we fall on the radar, like I'm okay with comic stuff. Dave's further in it than I am, and you're like fucking way beyond us.
Yeah, like way up.
Like if you and Dave were on the same show, you guys would literally talk circles around all of us, and then I'd be like, "Oh, I know what you just said."
Yeah, you can pick out little things.
But all right, that's gonna do it for this episode of Geek Babble, guys. Everybody have fun with that snowstorm that's brewing. And
oh yeah, I'm about to go outside right now and check it out.
Yeah, I think it's about to start. I think it's about to start right now. Actually.
Yeah,
it's probably like jump starting.
But anyways, well, we'll catch you guys. We're gonna keep doing Geek Babble. I know it's been a while since we had one. The thought is we're gonna keep moving forward with all this stuff. So please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Lets us know you want to see these videos. And then again, self-promotion. Next week, we're gonna be doing our Christmas movie trivia battle. So please tune in for that on the Wednesday, the 23rd, 1 week from today. So
I'll be watching.
We'll see you guys there.
See ya.